Welcome back, everyone. Well, we got to go back in time. Just a year ago, it was actually this weekend.
Yes.
A year ago, and my friend here, Jonathan Newell, was doing a concert at the Charles R. Wood, what do they call that? The Festival Space?
Festival Commons.
Festival Commons, and all hell broke loose with the weather. And I mean, the weather came through, you would have thought it was a hurricane, and you had to cancel the first night, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You did pull off the second night, but everything was just like, whoa.
Yeah, the entire first night was canceled. Just torrential rain, horrible winds, lightning, everything. You could watch it come up the lake. And
I know.
We knew it was time to stop.
A little thing like, you don't want to be in the weather when the microphones are live and the amps are plugged in and all hell's breaking loose with the weather, right? That's a musician 101, you don't play. Right.
Right. There's lightning. I mean, there's not much you can do with that. So
I remember my wife and I were going to drive down, and we kept calling Lake George, saying, "You're going to cancel it. You're going to cancel it." And finally, they said that it was canceled. Well, not this year.
No,
Okay.
not this year.
So coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is the British Music Invasion 2, and my guest, who you already know, is Jonathan Newell, is the brains behind this, and you also make a lot of cameo appearances in a lot of these bands, by the way.
Yeah, I do, and it's great. It's a collection of musicians that really fuel the music hall. So it's the music hall house band with some interchangeable parts and things, but for the most part, you'll see the same guys wearing different hats.
Yeah, but again, you know, we've been involved with you and I know each other years now, and we shoot tracks, our music show, at the Hudson River Music Hall.
Yeah.
So we've been there, of course, many times. They don't quite turn it up loud enough in there for me, as you know, right?
Yeah, that's okay though. You can say that.
Yeah, it's okay. I can say that. All right. So Music Invasion 2.
Yeah.
All right. What's in store? Give me Saturday.
So Saturday we're going to start with Fleetwood Mac, a short tribute to Fleetwood Mac. And even though they achieved so much success after they had Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, who were American, they still started out as a British band, so we think we can get away with calling that part of a British invasion. So Fleetwood Mac, we're going to start with at 7 o'clock. Then at 8 o'clock, it's going to be a Beatles tribute band, Across the Pond. And we've been playing for a long time, so that's, we know the songs well enough, I think. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to have Out on the Tiles playing nothing but Led Zeppelin from 9 o'clock until almost 11 o'clock. We're going to be joined by the Manchester Music Festival String Quartet, who are top-notch string players. So I've orchestrated about 10 Led Zeppelin songs. So Kashmir,
of course,
the Rain Song, which is beautiful, Stairway to Heaven, In the Evening. Oh, great. So things like that. So they'll join us on those songs.
Oh, that sounds special.
It's really special. Yeah. And we have a big tent, so if it does rain, we can all stay dry too, including the audience.
Now, I've seen Across the Pond many times, and boy, what a collection of great musicians in that band. You guys just really nail it. You know, there's a spirit. You see Beatle bands, right? They come out trying to look like the Beatles, right? That's the worst thing you can do. But then you see the real musicians that come out and play the songs for the love of the music and also the spirit with which they were written.
Right.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
John?
you try the humor, you try the energy, you try the joy of it. I think that's the real thing. And when I hear a Beatles song, I think there's so much joy in that music, and we want to feel that when we play it. We try to get as many of the notes as they were playing too, but at the same time we allow some freedom in it, so there's that moment of surprise and that moment of discovery that's really enjoyable. And I think the audience picks up on that moment too, so that you're not just hearing it played by the numbers or paint by numbers kind of thing. There's those moments of discovery still.
You know what? I'd probably pay big money to see you in a Beatle wig, but I don't, I don't guess that's going to happen.
Well, if there's big money, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that part.
Yeah, we'll think about that.
I also want to make note about Out on the Tiles, the Led Zeppelin. I've seen that also, and you know, the most magnificent thing about that band was that they just had each other, you know, and they could just crank it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And also that music is meant to be pushed at you. You know, I mean,
Yes, right.
volume-wise
Yeah,
and
sure.
intensity-wise, it's meant to come after you. You're not. It's not just to sit back and you're going to listen kind of thing, which you can. But this sound is going to come after you too and ask you to listen.
Boy, it demands you listen.
Yeah,
You know
and
what? You and I
participate.
agree on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Absolutely. Sunday, give us a rundown there. You got a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday. So we've done a lot of shows at the Wood Theater where we do these short sets by great music that we love. So we're going to start out with the Rolling Stones and probably play 25 minutes of the Stones, which is so hard to pick
Oh my
25
God, how do you
minutes
do
of the
that?
Stones.
Right.
Yeah. And then 25 minutes of George Harrison post-Beatles music,
Nice.
which is so great. So many people don't know that music.
right.
Many people do know that music, and there's such a deep love for that. So we'll do that. And then we have a 20-minute set by Veena and Devesh Chandra, who teach at Skidmore College, and they're sitar and tabla players. Phenomenal players. And I love to hear this music. And I can't wait to hear this music on a big sound system in that beautiful space, floating around Lake George. I'm more excited for that than I am for, I think, for the other things, to play the
no
other things.
kidding.
Because I can step back and listen and just be transported by that music.
Yeah,
so I'm really excited for that. Then after that, we have a vocal group called the Resolutions who are going to do Bohemian Rhapsody. And I can't wait to hear that. So it's a 6-member group, all phenomenal singers. And they'll do more than just Queen songs, but they'll do some other things, some original music. So that'll be a great treat. After that, we're going to do a brief nod towards Keith Emerson, who passed away this year.
Yes,
So
yeah.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer, one of my favorite keyboardists, big inspiration for me. So we'll do some Keith Emerson, about maybe 15 to 20 minutes of that. Then we'll close with a David Bowie tribute, who passed away this year too.
That's right.
So that's our Sunday night. And it's all great British rock.
You know, the common thread on this, of course, is just the love of music. And anybody who knows Jonathan knows that he's a consummate musician and surrounds himself with people that love music as much as he does. And that's evident in anything that you do. And I've seen, my wife and I also saw the David Bowie tribute, which was close. Remember, it was close to his passing.
Yes.
That you guys got together and did that at Hudson River. And it was just beautiful. the whole
Spirit,
thing.
great spirit.
Wasn't it? That was a great night, John.
You know, and I have to say, the music hall, the person that helped me start the music hall, that really spurred this spark, he did it with the notion of following the Spirit. He said, just follow the Spirit. There was nothing else beside that comment, but I knew what he meant too.
Yes,
and
sure.
it's you're serving the music, you're serving that art form, and the people that respond to it in that way too. So that's what we're going to try to do with all this music. We're going to serve the Spirit.
Look, carve out some time this weekend. Saturday night starts at 7 o'clock, and then on Sunday night, starting at 7 o'clock also. Tickets are something like $10 or whatever. I'm sure you get wristbands or something if you want to come back.
If you want to, well, it's
Yeah.
$10 per day, but children under 12 are free. We just want to open this for music lovers.
Yes, that's
we
right.
do have some beer to serve, so you'll need a wristband if you want to have some beer.
Yeah, got it.
But we have water and food and soda.
And the money, by the way, we didn't get time to talk about it today, but you're welcome anytime you want to come here, John. But we want to talk about the Strand Theater. That's a project in Hudson Falls that we tell you about. And all the money that's raised, and they've got a lofty goal. They're trying to raise $25K. They're making money on this already, which is great from donors. Is going into the Strand Theater, and we'll have you back because in September I think you're trying to get that thing rocking.
yeah,
right?
we should be okay. We're close to, our closing date should be next week sometime. So
man,
after
okay.
all this time.
All right, but in the meantime, your mission, should you choose to accept it, this Saturday night, this Sunday night, right downtown Lake George Village at the Charleswood Festival Commons, is British Music Invasion 2. The musicians are fantastic. They have a love of this music, and the spirit is just there. So, John, great to see you.
Thank
great
you.
to have
Thanks
you
for
here.
having me. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. See this interview again. You can head to our website, look, tvonline.com.